Hey bird nerds, how's it going? Got Chris here. Man, I apologize. It's been a couple weeks at least, probably 3 weeks since I've given you guys an update. I apologize for that. You know, life just gets crazy. Summertime's coming, which seems to make things a little bit more crazy in our household. The birds, we're in full breeding mode here. We've got multiple different species of birds breeding, and so what I wanted to do, I'll give you guys an update, but I've had a lot of people comment and ask me how many species of birds do I really have, and so we're just going to kind of give you guys a run through today of all the birds that I have, and a little, maybe just a little bit of history on them or something like that, and give you guys an update of all the birds that I own. So we'll focus on all the different species that I have, and if on the top of my head, if I count real quick, I believe I have around 10 different species of birds currently in my aviary or in the breeding cages. And so we'll give you guys an update on that. And as we give you an update on them, we'll kind of go through and give an update on the breeding and the babies that we have and whatnot. And so, as you guys know, we're in full swing of breeding canaries. So I have a lot of my canaries set up in my breeding cages. I do have a few other female canaries out here that just never seem to quite come into breeding condition. So I've got 3 females out there. All of my hens, or all of my males, they're in here, and they've come into breeding mode, and they've all been fertile for me. They've all produced chicks and have been great fathers, but I did have some extra females that just never quite seemed to come into breeding condition, and so I never ended up breeding them this year. I did pair them up. A couple of them built nests but never laid eggs, and a couple of those hens were hens that I got from some other breeders, so maybe due to age or a different environment. I've only had them for about a year, so not quite sure what we'll do there. But so you can see here we've got our canaries. So I've got a mix of my chicks. So I've got my chicks here on the left hand side. We've got my male red factor in there, and my female. If you look in here, you can see her tail right there. There's her head. So she's sitting on 4 fertile eggs currently. So these guys are weaned. So actually today we are going to ban them and let them go out into the aviary so they can get some good exercise and start molting into their adult feathers. So so these are the canaries. This is one species that I have. These are red factor canaries. So if you color feed them, they will turn orange and red. This male right here is a crested male, and he actually is not blood related. As you can tell, he's a completely different color. He's almost a sparrow-like looking color. So he was fostered by this pair, and his parents are down here actually. And as you can see, they have another brown chicken there. Kind of hard to see right there, but it's also crested as well. So so that one is fostered. So these are red factors, and actually this sparrow-looking canary crested actually does have the red factor gene. So I will color feed it, and it kind of get that bronze red color in with the brown. It actually looks really pretty once they molt out. So they are doing really well. We're getting ready to throw them out in the aviary. Then I have set up some of my Golden Finches. Many of you know that I do breed Golden Finches as well. So I got a red, sorry, not a red, a yellow pair here, a yellow back pair. So I've got a red-headed male and a black-headed female, and she is currently laying eggs. If we lift up our nest box in here and look in there, she's got 3 eggs in there, doing really well. So she'll probably lay at least one more. Probably, they usually lay 4 to 6 eggs, so probably she'll lay a couple more eggs at least, and then she'll start sitting tightly, and we'll hopefully get us some yellow chicks coming there. So so that's another species that I do breed, is our Golden Finches, and I got a couple other pairs set up. We can look at those as well as some that are still molting out in the aviary. They're not quite ready to breed yet, so I have not paired them up quite yet. Down here we have another pair of canaries that are bred right there. They've got some chicks in the nest. They have 2 chicks in there, and then they have 2 chicks over here that are weaned, and they will be banned and will go out into the aviary with the others, and we'll open up the cage so mom and dad will have the whole cage back to themselves for these other pair of chicks to come out and wean. So that'll be really nice. And down here we've got us some society finches. So that one is a black-eyed, all white, and that one is a crested. It's a female. And the only reason why I know that is because she lays eggs and does not sing. The other pair, so I do have a Euro male. He's a dark brown male, and then also another all white, black-eyed female in here. And she has laid eggs, and her and the male are in there sitting on the eggs. So that's another species that I have, is the society finches, which they are great foster parents. They're great birds for an aviary setting, for a cage setting. They're just great birds all around. So they are awesome. And you'll have to excuse me again. Today is my cleaning day, but I tend to like to do my videos before I clean the cage lately. So it is a little messy in there. But we will get them cleaned up and ready to go. So down here we have another Golden pair. So this is a redhead, greenback, white-breasted male. He's a couple years old. This will be his second year. Actually, he is 3 years old. This will be his second year breeding. So really excited about him. He is split to blueback. And if we look in here, we're gonna kind of quiet our voice a little bit. She's a little timid. We're gonna open that up. We've got a black head, yellow back female. And she is also possibly split to blue. So we could potentially get some blueback chicks out of this batch in here. So really excited about that. Love breeding the Golden finches. They are a bird that has been my favorite since a little kid. Always have loved them, and I think I always will. I like to breed and have other species of birds, but I don't think I will ever get sick of owning and keeping Golden finches. I just love them. Great birds. Then up here we've got another Golden pair. So this one is a wild type male, redhead, purple breast, green back. I love the wild types. I'm trying to get my hands on some more pure wild types that are not split to white breast and other things. And so really trying to get my hands on some of those, and just to be able to maintain the wild type coloration. I do like the different color varieties and types, but I tend to usually go back to the wild type versions. I really enjoy the majority of the wild type colors. So his hen, she is currently sitting on 6 eggs. She's in here. So she is a black head, white breast, green back. See her poking her head out right there. So this is her first year breeding. All 6 eggs are fertile. So we're just gonna close her lid a little bit more. Oh, she just popped out. She's looking good in there. She'll jump back in. She's so far has been a really good mom, really good sitter. She's got 5 eggs in there. And all 5 of those I have candled, and they are fertile. So we'll come over here, get you a good picture of mom, looking great. Then up here we've got another canary pair. So this is a lipochrome female, a lipochrome mosaic female. And then over here I have a male agate mosaic. So she's sitting on 4 eggs. They should be hatching probably about the next 4 to 5 days. So excited about that. Get some chicks from her, get those going. And then up here we have another red factor pair. So we got mom and dad here, we've got our chicks in here, and really the same scenario. We're gonna band them today. We're gonna send them out into the aviary. Really excited to get them out in the aviary, let them get some good exercise, get some natural sunlight, be able to molt into their adult feathers out there in the aviary. So that'll be really fun. And then here they've got 2 chicks in the nest. They did have 3. The third one unfortunately did not make it. So so they have the 2 in there. They're doing really well. So once we get rid of these chicks, we'll open up the divider, and mom and dad will have that whole cage back to themselves again. So doing really well there. Excited for that. And then before we go into the aviary, I will highlight, you won't see any zebra finches in here, and most of you know that I do breed zebra finches. I've actually taken them into one of my window wells. So I'll drop a video in right here to show you the zebra finches. All right, guys, here's the zebras. Like I said, I have them down here in my window well. Got it all set up for them. So I've got 3 pairs here. You can see I've got 2 males and 2 females sitting on top there. Oh, there's the 3rd female. And then my 3rd male, he's sitting on eggs here in that nest that's just right there on the bottom right. So right there. So I'm hoping that all 3 of them lay eggs and nest and build nests. So the most dominant pair has nested first, and I'm hoping that the other 2 pairs follow suit. So we'll have to see on that and see how that goes. But zebra finches, they're great birds. They're really easy to breed. The only problem with zebras is they tend to get pretty aggressive over their nests, especially with more docile birds like your Goldien finches, your society finches, shaft tails, things like that. They tend to kind of push them around a little bit more than other birds. But so that's why I've brought them in here all by themselves. They do just fine in a colony setting with all zebra finches. They do a good job at breeding at the same species. So that's kind of the approach that we've taken this year with them. And you can see the male came out, and they'll probably jump down into their nest here pretty quick. The male came out sitting on eggs. So so I've got a couple English pairs in there that are a little bit bigger, and then I've got a couple of smaller normal zebra finches in there to breed. So I'm really excited to see how that goes this year and see the progress that we get from the zebra finches. They're great birds, and I've enjoyed having them quite a bit. We've got several different colors. We've got black cheeks, we've got normals, we've got chestnut flank whites, we've got Florida fancies in there. So we've got a good variety of different zebras in there, so we should get a good variety of chicks coming out with them. So excited to show you guys the updates and the breeding videos on how to breed zebra finches and whatnot. Expect those to be coming here pretty soon as well. So appreciate you guys watching and enjoying all those zebra finch videos. So those are our zebras, another species to highlight. Okay, so we'll jump in here. We'll highlight our Rosy Bork. So we got this little girl here. Her name is Pink Lemonade. She loves the camera. She loves being held. Come here, girl. Come here. She usually likes to be the star of the show if Mikey, my cockatiel, isn't taking the limelight, and so she is super calm, super docile, very quiet, just an awesome bird. If you guys do not have Rosy Borks, I would strongly recommend getting them. And here's my other Rosy Bork up there. Her name is Lollipop. Both of these are DNA sexed females. So I am trying to get my hands on a DNA sexed male for them. So far I haven't had the best of luck. Let's drop her back down on there. She loves to sit on my shoulder. There's Lollipop. And then I do have another pair of Rosy Borks in here. So my female, she's actually up there in the nest box. She is laying eggs currently. And my male is outside. So love the Rosy Borks. Highly recommend them. In any type of aviary scenario, they're just great birds. And they get along very well with the finches. So that's another species of bird that I have here. So we'll jump over here. And as you can see, they're eating their egg food. So I do have shaft-tail finches, and I've had a lot of people asking me how I breed my shaft-tail finches, what success I've had, and I in the past have bred them in cages, and I have had some success, but I've had to foster out most of their chicks in a cage setting, and I've tried different egg food types, I've tried different scenarios, I've tried different nest types. And usually they will end up tossing the chicks, and I'll end up fostering them under society finches. So one thing I decided to do this year is I decided to let them breed out in the aviary setting. So that's one reason why I have removed all of my zebra finches out of my aviary, because they tend to be bullies if there's a nest around and they take over the nest. So I removed my zebra finches and I set up my shaft tail pairs to breed out in the aviary. So let me zoom out here. So you can see up here, I built some different nest boxes. So this is a 3 nest boxes in one. So you can see the one here, and then I have another nest box on this end, and then another nest box on that end. They're very private. I've tried to put them out of the way so there's not other birds bugging them. You can see that there is some cocoa fiber. Hope it zooms in, there we go. There's some cocoa fiber in there, and my shaft tails, they built a nest. They laid eggs, and I currently have 3 chicks in that nest from my shaft tails. That's mom and dad there. I just gave egg, food, and seed, so they're stocking up and getting ready to go feed their chicks. But I have 3 chicks in there that are about a week and a half old. They're in the process of growing in the pin feathers and getting their actual feathers in. And then my second breeding pair, you can see I have my male that is right there sitting on top of the water dish, and my pair of Javas. But my shaft tails, they built a nest in there with the cocoa fiber, and they as well have at least 2 chicks in there that I saw. It was pretty dark, and their nest was so well built. I had to it kind of tunnels all the way back into that back corner where the chicks are. But I've looked in there and I've seen at least 2 chicks in there about 3 days ago. And as well, it looks like they're about a week and a half along. All right, guys, I couldn't resist. We're gonna take one little peek in here, see if we can see anything. You see, we've got some chicks there in the back. I don't know how many. Nothing there. These are the shaft-tailed chicks. So we've got some in there. I think there's at least 2. Looking good. So, really, I think that the success of breeding the shaft-tails comes down to, I'm still giving egg food. I haven't changed my egg food. I give it every morning. I give fresh seed and water every morning. But I really think what it comes down to, the success of raising shaft-tail finches is the privacy aspect. In these cages, I just don't think the shaft-tails felt like they had the privacy, the free range. Here in the aviary, I think they have more of that privacy. The nest that they've built and the materials that I've given them has allowed them to kind of build that nest that tunnels all the way into the back corner of that nest. And so there's, you know, if you go and look up in that hole, you can't even see back down in. They've built it so well. So I think that's been the key to breeding my shaft-tail finches is privacy, and giving them the space, and also getting rid of my zebra finches so that they don't take over their nest. So, and then as you saw earlier, it looks like they jumped back outside. My shaft-tail finches, or sorry, my Java finches, they flew back out. Oh, here comes one. Let's see if she doesn't run out before I get her. There she is. This is my female. She's waiting for me to leave so that she can go back into her nest. They as well have built a nest there. The male was coming in right there, and they built a nest right there. They're sitting on 8 eggs in that. Javas tend to lay quite a few eggs, usually ranging anywhere from 5 to 9 eggs. So they're sitting on eggs in there, and they haven't hatched quite yet. They're about a week and a half along, so hopefully they will hatch and we'll be able to get some chicks from them. Okay, and then we might have to go outside for my cutthroats. I have a pair of cutthroats in here and a pair of cutthroats in here. Both of my cutthroats have built nests and are sitting on eggs as well. So they've built a nest on this end of the nest box, and also my cutthroat pair in here has built a nest on this end of the box. And so they've been sitting really well. I think kind of the same thing with the Java finch, or with the shaft tails, is just that privacy aspect. And being in the aviary, they don't have any other birds that are super aggressive that will take over their nest or anything like that. And so really excited about that, grateful for that. And let's do that. Let's hop outside real quick, and we'll see if we can get you some of those cutthroats on film. It's kind of chilly out here. We've got a a little mini cold front coming through. You can see the grapes. They have flowered, and we can see we're getting lots of good grapes on here, so really excited about that. If you guys listen really quietly, hopefully you'll be able to hear those chicks. Those are my shaft-tail chicks. Okay, let's see here. We'll zoom in, and you can see my Javas, and then my female cutthroat. She's sitting right in between both Javas, and the male is actually in the nest sitting on the eggs. And then if you come through here, if my camera will focus, we've got a male cutthroat on the other side of the cage. He's singing, and the female is in sitting on her eggs. So we've got our cutthroats out there. That's another species that we have. And then, come here, Mikey, come on. And then we have the star of the show, last but definitely not least, our good boy Mikey, who loves attention, loves the camera, loves it when people play with him and whistle to him. He honestly has been such a good bird out here. He gets along really well with the other birds. I have never really seen him be aggressive, which is great, especially for a cockatiel and little finches. I normally would not recommend housing cockatiels with smaller finches. They tend to bite the legs and whatnot, but he's been great. Just a great bird. He's wanting me to, he's putting his beak through there like that, and he fluffs up his head feathers because he wants me to tickle his head. So and my Borks, they're coming. They want some attention as well. So those are the species that we have here. Like I said, it's about 10 different species. Just wanted to show you guys what I have. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this video kind of gave you guys some good insight of all the different birds that I have here that we try and breed and just enjoy, right? It's fun to breed the birds, but it's even more fun to just enjoy them, sit back and have a good experience with them. If you guys want to see, let's see if we can see without them flying away. I have 2 baby shaft-tail finches that have come out of their nest. Those 2 actually were fostered by that society, the dark society, right in the middle of them. That's why they like to hang out with a society finch. But those 2 shaft-tails, they've been doing really well, and hopefully they'll pick up the actual shaft-tail song and not the society finch song. But had some good success with fostering some of our more difficult finches, like the cutthroats and the shaft-tails out and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a good educational video for you. You could see all the different species of birds that we have here in the aviary, and birds that we are trying to breed, and birds that we're just enjoying and being able to experience the fun of having them. So hope you guys' birds are healthy, and you guys are enjoying having them in your homes. Let me know if you guys have any questions on any of the species of birds that we've highlighted. Appreciate you guys' support and watching us here at the Bird Nerd channel, and we'll see you guys next video.